How does this one feel?
You're all about feelings, how we feel.
Love it.
Great win. Our guys were able to sustain intensity on the defensive end, keeping them to 27, 21, 22, and 24 points per each quarter. Proud of our defensive effort. Still think we had another layer to it, discipline-wise and execution-wise, to be better. But I'm always going to be looking for ways for us to improve. We shared the ball, played together. Definitely not happy with our turnovers again. 21 turnovers is way too much, and we got to continue addressing that and getting better in that area.
What steps have you seen this team make, especially like this month? Maybe the work is just more reflected this month more than ever, but 3 wins now in a row, 2 against the same team, which is a really tough thing to do. What steps are you seeing?
Really togetherness of our team. It's something that was there from the start of the year, but there is so much camaraderie on our team, and guys are cheering for each other, and they want everybody to do well. And now things start to click for us thanks to amazing work that guys are putting in. All of the success and all of those wins, that's thanks to players. They're doing an amazing job.
Asked you before the game if perhaps Orlando would see some minutes tonight. How did you feel he impacted the game?
I did not want to play Orlando, but when you mentioned, I was like,
You're welcome.
I gotta listen to you. So,
Coach Dunn.
Yeah. Orlando, I think he did a really good job. Obviously, when you join a team in the middle of a season, there is a lot to pick up, and what you're doing offensively, defensively. I think especially in the first half, he brought great energy. He was great around the rim, blocked a couple of shots, hit a couple of deflections. I think he did a really good job tonight.
Coach, after Thursday's win, a reporter had asked you what you guys did well against Trae Young. And you said, I'm not going to tell you because we play them again on Saturday. Can I ask you the same question? What did you guys do well against Trae Young tonight?
Trae Young is an amazing player. I have so much respect for that guy, the way he competes every single night. The way he carries his team. He's been doing amazing job this year, averaging almost like 12 assists a game. You don't see that every day. I have a lot of respect for that guy. We really try to use different players on them, and we played in the shorter stints. Davion Mitchell and Jamal on him, and Bruce Brown. All of those 3 guys are elite defenders, and we really wanted to make hard on him, to pick up full court, to be physical with him, especially when he gives up the ball, not allowing him to get the ball back in his hands. Sometimes it worked out for us, but making it extremely hard and trying to disconnect him from the rest of the group.
You also won 2 coaches' challenges today. The one in the fourth quarter where you were able to overturn the block and give it to Davion Mitchell for the and one. It seemed like a really big sequence. Can you take us through what your system is when it comes to sort of assessing whether or not to use the coach's challenge, and sort of who's assisting you on that front as well?
We have assistant coach Eric Corey, who is responsible for reviewing those in the game and giving me thumbs up or thumbs down, when to challenge or not. I have absolutely trust in him. We're always meeting and talking about the process and, what are the rules and what are the nuances. We do have a process that is very streamlined. A lot of times it really starts with the value of the possession. We just don't want to challenge just to win the challenge, but also looking at what is the value of the challenge. And obviously in those sequences, I think we saved us 6 points for those 2 challenges. We're going to continue learning. It's a process for us and for the league. We're going to continue learning and getting better in that area as well.
Coach, prior to the last game, Bogdanovic broke out of a shooting slump, and I asked him prior to this game, was it because he's in front of a fellow Serbian that maybe he was more inspired? And he said that in Serbia, when you're in a shooting slump, you put your hands in the Morava River. Apparently that's good luck. Have you heard about that at all?
Of course. That river is in my hometown, in Čačak, and there is a big tradition in my city that we have amazing shooters. Radmilo Mišović is the legend in my hometown. And in ex-Yugoslavia, he used to average 42 points per game without three-point line. So you don't see that very, very often. And we had amazing shooters after that coming through the city, and that's how this legend started. Like everybody from my hometown, they go to River Morava, they wash their hands, they become shooters. That's all you need. You don't need to put work in, and all you gotta do is wash your hands. But I can testify it did not work on me.
But maybe a shot of rakia as well before the game.
Rakia helps for sure.
By the way, there's a documentary on Dražen Petrovic coming out. I think it's actually out now. Are you going to be watching that and knowing obviously how big a person he was for the Balkan region?
No doubt. Dražen Petrovic is one of the best players from that region that ever played a game. Unfortunately, sad story the way his life ended, but he was inspiration for my whole generation of kids at that time growing up and watching him and Toni Kukoc and Raja and Divac and that whole generation of amazing players. They were idols for my generation of kids that played basketball at the time, and Dražen Petrovic was one of the greatest ever.
Last game, RJ, I asked you about RJ after the game, and you said a bit of a call up for him to sort of do a little bit better in the rematch here. What did you see better from RJ tonight?
From the start of the game, he was really locked in. He did a really good job of, to start with, not turning the ball over. He was all over the place last game with the 5 turnovers in the first half. He was really focused on that part. He did a really good job of rebounding the ball. He did a really good job on defensive end, staying in front of the ball, heavy contesting on shooters. He was playing much harder. Defense, everything starts with effort. There is no substitute for effort. If you're playing with a lot of effort, you're going to find a way how you're going to get stops. And this group, our team is really starting to embrace how hard you need to work on defensive end in order to get stops, and obviously that helps winning.
Coach, real quick, is there any plans to celebrate 3 games, 1 straight?
No plans. We got practice tomorrow, so practice is going to be celebration tomorrow for us.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Chris, you've had some pretty consistent performances, of course, this month. Tonight was another one, and RJ had nothing but great things to say post-game in the walk-off interview, that is. What's been working for you in games like tonight?
Just focusing on what I could do to help the team. Obviously, I think we're playing in a great basketball right now, so trying to find my spot, trying to bring energy. It's still the same thing that I always do. I think I'm way more confident, a little bit more consistent on what I do now, and like I said, playing with these guys, they find me, but they make it a lot easier to, trying to know where you're going to get your shots. I don't know, especially with playing with Scotty and Jamal and Davion, they know what they're doing.
Why do you feel like this team is like one of the more, like, I guess you could say selfless, or is that just more because of Darko's system in terms of assists, that they're able to find you, or you're able to get open a little bit more easier?
Well, we try to get 30 assists every game, so I think that helps, but also, playing with the same guys all the time and, kind of get a rhythm, that helps. But I also feel like, the decision-making and all that we're making right now are, pretty good. Even though we're averaging a lot of turnover, I don't think it's turnover that we're forcing. I think it's just trying to pass and make the next play. So I think that helps. And, when we get a flow of it, it looks really good.
Chris, you guys did a really great job defensively against Trae Young tonight. Actually, both nights in the 2 wins. What's been behind the defensive turnaround for the team of late?
Obviously, it starts with Davion and Jamal taking that really seriously, just, trying to make it hard on him. And obviously, like, when you see these 2 guys at the head and, pressure, and it makes you want to play defense on the backside. So Scotty obviously always talks and all. His voice is really, you can hear it. So limits the mistakes, and obviously our best way of scoring is defense. So when we get defense, we can run the floor and all. So we're focusing on that really.
Of late, I know the record for you guys is what it is, and that's obviously a big factor with All-Star. But it feels like Scotty has really played a really good season to date. Outside the injuries, he's looked really strong. And it was your teammate. But what are you seeing from Scotty in particular, especially playing at that type of level?
Nothing I haven't seen. I don't know why people are still second-guessing what he could do. This is not a surprise for me. I've seen it since a rookie year. So, he's just, showing the world everything what he could do. And, I mean, obviously, you can see that the game is slowing down and slowing down even more. So it's just going to get a little easier for him. As you can see, the mid-range is almost unstoppable now. People can't stop it. So he's been working on it his whole career. So it feels good to see that he could do a little bit of everything: passing, scoring, communication, playing defense. I still remember the block he had on, I don't know who it was, but it was one of the craziest blocks. So, yeah.
Which one was that?
I don't
Last
remember,
game?
but I think, no, it was this game. I think somebody got it under the basket and he just blocked him on the backboard. That was one of the craziest blocks I've seen. So,
What's that dynamic that you're seeing unfold between Scotty and RJ?
I think the more minutes they play together, the better it is. Obviously, they both could score the ball very well. But you clearly see that Scotty, is looking for him and helping RJ, and RJ's trying to adapt to him too. So you see the chemistry that they have, and it looks good. Obviously, we are still working on, getting everybody accounted to it and, moving the ball and all. But I think that, the last 4 or 5 games we've been doing that. It's been working well.
Thank you.